Welcome everyone to Unscripted Coding. Today I want to share my one of my fun projects, which is a face tracking meme generator. Now, I know that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, so I will just demo very quickly. I will use a face and a Gif meme. I'll select a face and choose to generate. So we'll download the meme. And over here you can see. Um, the idea here is that we are seeing deepfakes all over the place now. Very easily I could have taken Harry Potter's face and morphed it in here, making kind of an unholy combo, but I think there's a lot of fun to be had when it's obvious edits, when it has obviously been changed. And so here, nobody is thinking whether it's my face or someone else's face is being put here in a classic meme. So we'll do one more to showcase what it can do. Well, we'll go with Harry Potter again, but um, what's kind of interesting is we can do it not with faces, but you can see it cannot detect a real face. So there are alternate tools here, and one of them is a key point tracker. This one actually is fairly simple, so we'll set a keyframe. We'll set another one here. And here. And we'll just generate. We'll download again. And this one basically stays static all the way through. So, what I found really interesting while developing this is, well, it is vibe coded. I was using AI. That's just a fact of development now. But what is interesting is that it actually uses this face API JavaScript library. So let's paste it in here. It is a lightweight model. I think it downloads probably like under 10 megabytes or so onto your computer. It runs relatively well. It's not amazing. It's not going to figure out a ton compared to the 1 gig, 2 gig models of deepfake trackers, but actually runs quite well in figuring out a face from an image. It can figure out the landmarks and such. What's interesting is that there are all these small models. We are now thinking always, oh, what deepfake model can I use? What LLM? There are all these small models you can download that accomplish a very specific thing. And so Face API is one of those. So if you do, for whatever reason, need to track faces inside an application, this is one way of doing it. What I should mention is that the support isn't amazing. That means that especially older browsers, but also I think it was Firefox wasn't working great with it, so I am using Chrome to make this all work. Pretty cool, and I ended up using the tiny model. So let me just see here. Tiny. I think I saw it just while I was scrolling up and down. Tiny face detector. It's only 190 kilobytes, so it is absolutely tiny. It runs really quickly, and so I'm running through it with many frames. So let's do another one really quickly. This means every frame, this one's a short one, just 9 frames. Each frame I am tracking the face, and when I do generation, you can see, oops, we'll just refresh it. um, you'll see that I run it across every single frame and it's still extremely quick to do so. And it's already done. You can click download and you'll see here's one. There are limitations. I think if I downloaded some of the larger models, I can estimate the gender, the age, the expression to try and anchor it to a specific person. But if I drag a meme that has multiple people, you'll find that it struggles. So this is 188 frames. You can see it's trying to go through all of them. We'll just download. And you'll see that many frames it fails to pick up, but more importantly, it's trying to figure out which face to go to. Glasses are a problem. When you turn left and right, it's a problem. When there are objects in front of your face, those are all problems that we could probably solve if we didn't use such a tiny generator. But for my purposes, I thought it was pretty fun to do this in just face detection, but also manual. Most of my memes are actually more Simpsons and cartoon references. So there's really nothing about cartoon face detection, and that's something that someone can train. But in my case, we're going to have to use keyframes instead. So here, going to choose a keyframe. Just move another one right here, set keyframe. And let's see what it does here when it disappears entirely. Okay, so it basically held still. I would have liked for it to disappear entirely, so one of the things I could do is just set a keyframe where it's not in the shot at all. Yeah, this was a different model. This one uses OpenCV. This one will try and figure out when I'm doing keyframes that this object, whatever I selected in this one, tracking it along the way till the next keyframe so that it matches here and all the way through. And so in theory, I can track anything. Let's just undo this one and this one. This one, so there are no keyframes left. Oh, I should just good. And I can set it to something completely unrelated. So maybe I set it to his arm. Right here again. Set keyframe, and we can generate, and it tracks his arm instead. Now, one of the things I did spend some time doing is trying to, we'll refresh again, trying to get it to rotate and change sizes. So once again, I will pick, well, we'll just take a look at this one again. You'll see that the size of the head's rotation changes a little bit. This probably wasn't a great example, but if I go with this one instead, oops, that's the original. If I go with this one instead, you'll see that the face is resizing and trying to rotate and adjust accordingly because it is a shaky camera. But again, there's something really nice about one of these like really crappy edits. I've seen other sites where they overlay words instead, and that might be something that I can expand into. Take out the face and just put a word instead. Just, Harry Potter or my name or something else entirely. But again, it's actually fairly simple. I just had to learn that there are these local models. It is basically single page web page. You don't need a server. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff. It's all really in this HTML and a JavaScript file, a few JavaScript files. So face detector, face replacer. Because this was not all that hands-on, I thought I'd just leave it as is. We can definitely improve upon it, but you don't need to know all that much. You just, all I needed to do was have a conversation with AI, ask about what are available technologies and what is the simplest way to build this. I might post this up. I think it's fun. It's kind of interesting. I keep putting in Harry Potter's face, but it would be useful. I was planning to put some of my friends' faces. Obviously, I didn't want to share this online if it's not someone else's face. So I'll leave it there. We have had a lot of legal tech document related projects, so I thought it'd be fun to share one of my more silly ones. So stay tuned for our next project coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.